What's up, everybody? It's your boy Yimbo. Welcome to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And this is my Sunday night show, Yimbo Buys Everything. So, again, if you are a fan, or if you're not a fan, but if you've been a friend of the show and you've been coming every week, thank you so much. I appreciate you as always. If you're somebody new, hello, welcome. Please say hello in the chat. We have some really awesome people in there, my fellow toy photographers and buddies. So speaking of which, let me make sure the comments, I have those all queued up. So hello, everyone. Who's in the house? Hey, No Chewing's here. What's going on, man? Thank you for joining me over on TikTok. I saw you at the very end there when I did a quick little look. So that was very cool. So Instagram, please, Instagram friends, don't be jealous. I posted to my story that I was going live. But yeah, I got to go live today. I hit my 1,000th follower over on TikTok, and I was able to go live for the first time. So I will be doing some more TikTok lives. I will still be doing Instagram lives, and obviously the YouTubes. So hello. Here's George is in the house. What's going on, my man? Agent Variant, and then Rusty's here. What's going on, dude? Happy Halloween. So happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, I'm so excited. Last year my kids were sick, so we only could do like trick-or-treating with my parents. Like, they came to our house. They trick-or-treated to my parents in my house, and then that was kind of it. 2 years ago, we did take them around in a wagon for what felt like maybe 15 minutes with the captain 1134. Our kids were obviously much smaller then, and yeah, so this is very exciting. My wife made an awesome costume. My son's gonna be Tom Nook. I think I told you before, but it's amazing. She's a homemade costume. My daughter's gonna be a unicorn. So it's just very, this is really great. And they were all fired up. They got to see some of their cousins, got to see my sister, my brother-in-law today. So it was great. Speaking of family, I would like to shout out, I heard that he watches, which is just so awesome. But my nephew Mikey will request to watch Uncle Jimmy. So if you're watching, Mikey, what's going on, man? And then, Uncle Mike, hello, if you're checking it out, dude. Here we go. Catalyst Hobbies, what's going on, my man? How are you? And then King Eternal, you know him as Autumn Night over on Instagram. It's my friend Eric, who has been interviewed. I always like to point this out whenever any former guests pop in. I like to remind you. Like, he had an awesome, I thought it was an awesome episode. We had a great conversation. So we'll be doing that again soon. And Buckaroo Banzai, what's going on, my man? So I am fired up. I had to turn it on. Let me put it this way. I didn't get as much sleep. I've been very big on sleep. Since like September, I just decided, you know what? Sleep is so important. Everybody keeps telling me. And I finally bought into the hype. Sleep is awesome. And so I just, the kids, waking us up a little bit. So some broken up sleep. We had a very busy day today. Like I said, being over at my parents' house, getting to see the cousins and the family. So yeah, I was a little sleepy boy, but I was so excited for tonight's show and amped it up. So No Chewing, happy Halloween. And thank you so much. And to remind you guys, No Chewing is part of Toy Talk. They again are just 4 of the best dudes on here. So if you don't already subscribe to them, please do. And like Santi recommends, please hit that like button, everybody. It would be greatly appreciated. We did have a great episode. Yeah, the people need to absolutely do that and check that out. And then sleep is better than figures. So Eric is gonna be proud of me. Autumn Night King Eternal. He's gonna be proud because I've been slacking in our Ninja Turtles collab group, and I did get a Halloween shot, and I sent it to Zach Horror Nerd, who's been like putting them all together. So that's submitted. I will be posting a nice little Ninja Turtle Halloween shot. I finally took a zombie shot in my Yimbonia that I've had set up for weeks. Now I finally took a shot of that. So I might just do kind of like couple posts tomorrow. Like, I'll do the Ninja Turtle. Oh, and my wrestling collab group, my wrestling federation, still unnamed. I float it every once in a while. I haven't done it in a while, where I'm like, hey, should we have a name? Nobody says anything, but I would love to call it the toy. I don't know. If you have ideas for a goofy toy photography wrestling federation name, by all means, please let me know in the comments section. Agent Variant, sleep is underrated, dude. It has been game changing. It's helped me maintain, like this mindset that I have. And it really helps because as soon as I feel like I don't get that sleep, it is very easy to slip into those, like, because our brains are stupid. Our brains are out to get us. like, just that was negative self-talk and just negative thought, just like all of that stuff. So getting sleep means I can focus on, again, what's important in life, and it's my family, it's my kids, and again, my friendships with all of you guys. So let's see, just finished my wrestling shot. Thanks for joining. Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm pumped. Like I said, I didn't maybe like go as crazy detailed as I was going to, but I packed in a lot of details. I like the posing. I'm going with a little DX versus Brothers of Destruction in a pumpkin street fight. So it should be fun. Rabbit's Den, Marco, what's going on, man? And check out Rabbit's Den. He's been posting on his YouTube channel, so under that name. He's been posting some reviews. I think he has a Mezco Nemo up that I need to check out later. So keep it going, man. Keep grinding, brother. So I have a lot. There's so much to talk about. Now, I'm going to show you the very first one because this is the one that I'm like, super excited about. But this is not going to be the in-depth review because, as I've said, I'm practicing restraint and I'm just letting pre-orders now just kind of roll in. I'm not making any new ones. I'm not going after anything, like that's not that I don't even have like any grails necessarily. Like there's figures that like I would be happy to have, but there's nothing that I'm clamoring for. This was one of them for a long time. And then the Legends, he's back. I'm going to literally knock over all of that stuff if I try to get it. So the Legends one quenched my thirst for a little bit, but it doesn't compete. So this is just to show you that a future live stream will be incoming. And I did post it to my story. Again, not that I think everybody checks my story out. I'm not like that at all. But if you did, you knew that this came in for me on Friday. I had my box of loot, my pile of loot, show up. So let me just say this. Like, come on, baby. And I do have my new camera set up. If you missed last week, here, I can do this. This is my new little thing, my new little gimmick, just to hopefully help out. There it is. To get him in focus a little bit better. So spoiler alert, he's amazing. I have seen, coming back to me, so I have seen people in our toy community over on Instagram post some QC issues. Unfortunately, and this has been something that has stopped me from really deep diving into Mafex figures. Like I know Agent Variant loves them. That Wolverine looks amazing. The Deadpool looks amazing. Obviously, all these new ones coming out, like the Iron Man. The list goes on because every time they put out a new figure, I'm like, ooh. But I told you I was like a little, I was a little scorned, or became spiteful. See, that's so negative. I basically I got hit with a couple. Like I wasn't super pumped about my Wonder Woman and my Henry Cavill figure, and the Henry Cavill fell apart. Like I talked about him a few weeks ago. So they kind of turned me off. But then I had this guy, which was my favorite figure of 2021. This Peter B, which was like 3 figures in one, and I absolutely love it. And I'm so happy I have him because I have the cloth goods jacket and sweatpants. So he's great. But I still wasn't super crazy about stuff. Like I still had some issues with the elbow and the arm, and I had to do some little work on him. But he's held me up. And again, he was my favorite figure of last year. To me, and that's what this is all about. It's just my take. I got a good one. The paint. I mean, I don't. Again, I'm gonna go into a bigger detail. But like, if you've been on the fence, I love him. I love him. That's the short of it. I think if you were on the fence and you were, worried about whatever, like he's really great, but like just stiff, nice. It's basically as close to like Sentinel feeling, and Sentinel has been currently my favorite toy line, even though I don't have like a ton of them, but I love everything that they've done so far. So, I'm going to like I said, get into more in depth later. You can ask me questions about it. I'll say I did take a couple of shots with him today just to kind of get the ball rolling, but I really want to do more. He's great. He's a lot of fun. And he shoots really well. He really does. So that's it. That's going to be a future in-depth, like one of my little 20-minute to, I always say 20 minutes in terms of the 30 or 40, but single figure review videos that will be, so we'll do that at some point. speaking of, this is very exciting. So my midweek stream this week on Tuesday night will be Sir Dork. So if you guys were following Sir Dork, Jared's whole YouTube troubles, he got his account back. And he's the best, and he's so awesome. And he ended up, like, oh, dude, like, let's do it now. When you're so we're just rescheduled for Tuesday night. So Tuesday at 8:00, I will get a chance to pick the brain of. I don't even think it's arguable based if we just base on it solely from like follower Instagram count and then YouTube numbers. The biggest toy photographer. Mitchell Wu obviously does galleries, and he was on that Disney Plus show, which like kickstarted this whole journey for me. So, I mean, he's obviously up there as well, but I mean, I think I might give it to Jared. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if there's anybody else. I mean, like, I know that there's other toy people that have massive accounts. It's Plays with Plastic. No, Plays with Plastic is my boy Agent Gomez. Oh, Plastic in Action, the stop motion dude. That guy is ridiculous. I mean, like his work, like I'm so happy that he's at the level he's at because that's like some crazy good stuff. If you don't know him or aren't familiar with his work, he did the stop motion of Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for last year's WrestleMania. It's insane. He's done a lot of like wrestling or basketball stuff too. So his account is over up, on YouTube too. So, see, that's how it is. It's just celebrate everyone, raise the whole community up. Hey, Toy Talk is in the house. I was just shouting you guys out. What's going on? I'm assuming that's my boy Chris. How you doing, Toy Father? Let's see. Jared's back. Yeah, man, I am super excited. So, and there he is. Yimbo Mania running wild. Speaking of Realm of Toys running wild, this is my man Frank. And continuing, like Sir Dork is now the third in this like rebranded series. Last week on Wednesday, I had a fantastic conversation with Realm. I love Frank. We had such a blast. So if you haven't checked that interview out, I'm going to be trying to like promote it throughout this week too, just to go back and get some more eyes on it because Frank's the man. I posted a short of Frank telling the story of his Galactus arriving, and like I can't even spoil it for you. You have to hear it from the man himself. So please go check out last week's episode at some point. A lot of fun. And yeah, Rabbit said, you search toy photography and Jared's work floods YouTube. That's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, like, I don't think in terms of like multi-platform, or at least in terms of Insta and YouTube, which has been where most of us have kind of lived for the last 2 years. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anybody larger at that point. Frank and Yimbo need a show together, dude. It's coming. It's coming. Frank knows he's always welcome on here. And like I think we have some plans in the work with a couple of other guys. Again, we love mixing this up. This is like like I have so many, like I'm so fortunate to have made so many friends on here in the last couple of years, and that I get along and have great chemistry with. So Frank is on my radar. We've talked already. There's some stuff cooking. There's some stuff cooking. Let's see. I have to get together with Realm soon. It's been a while. That's right, because that was the other episode. I think that was one of my highest viewed streams. Again, thank you, boys. Was with Agent Variant and Realm of Toys when George came on and he gave us he took us to school on diorama building. So that was fantastic. Yeah, man, absolutely. Had a great time with you too, man. And Frank knows. Yeah, dude, I told you, man, always down, always down. So I have as always, I have a pile. I'm going to call it a pile because this is from my pile of loot that arrives on Friday. I didn't go nuts. I was waiting for this guy. Once he came in, then I was like, all right, let's ship it. Literally 2 days later. Isn't this always the case? The Scorpion arrived in my pile, so now I have to wait for him. So, he'll eventually go up on my my villain shelf up here. But let me talk some open figures first, some open figgies. And then I think I'm going to unbox some stuff because that's fun. That's fun and I want to. All right. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit more depth. I think it's okay, like it's okay. It feels weird. See, even right now, it feels weird to say like I was proud of doing something. But I was really proud of my Invincible Reel TikTok I think I made it into a short too. I was really proud of it. And then number wise, TikTok actually gave me the best love in terms of views. So I did work very hard on it. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Mark Grayson and Omni-Man. So this is just here. I'm gonna show you real quick. Here we go. So here is all the accessories. So Omni-Man came with just this one small stand. Where is he? Just this guy. And it's literally just the stand. Like he's got a little port in the back. There it is. It's just to have him stand up. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think he needs the help. I really don't. And I'm going to show you a little bit why. And Mark comes with a much larger stand, for flight purposes, which is very cool. And here we go. Like, this is what's so nuts. Like, look at all the little details. The baseball, like I've said it before, I am a former baseball player, but like not professionally, but amateur. And I played for another like 10 years from 28 to 38 or 37, something like that. So, just at an amateur level on Sunday mornings. But it was baseball. It was not it was not softball. As an adult, that's what everybody. Oh, softball. Like, hey, I'm no problems with softball, but no, I play hardball. So whoa, oh no, I dropped the baseball. Okay, I see it. I'm not worried. But here it is. Whoop. Came with that throwing effect, which was so cool. All of these hands, and then here I'm gonna bring it back to me. Hi guys. So this was the one pose I had him in at the very end of the reel. There he is. Look, I mean, he looks awesome. Yeah, I've been really into him. Now, you can get some crunch, nothing super crazy, but you can get some crunch. This is more like early McFarlane type of, like really not a ton, but you can get some twisting, which is good. Leg wise, again, these are I said it before. I can shoot. I've already done it. I'm really proud of the shots. Like they photograph really well. At least Omni-Man does. I haven't put the camera to Mark yet, and I'm going to talk about Mark a little bit. But he has good leg articulation, but it's this style, which again isn't like great for toy photography, just because it has all the movement that you would want. But when he's out in this, it's that missing, that kind of chunks are missing there. So, like I said, it's plus, like as we know, like it's single jointed elbows, single jointed knees. So there's criticisms, but I'm very hopeful for the future waves. Wave 2 is not up on their website. I was looking at it before. They have Wave 3 up, which is I was just telling somebody about it. It's Kate and the multi-man seal. I love the show, and I need to go back and watch it. It came out last October. Crushed it, loved it. And then I saw a picture of what like one of like the books are so big, and like that was the first season. So I have to read them. And that's just been a problem of like dedicating that time to doing it. So it is on my radar. I want to start reading Invincibles to really get the whole lore and even refresh my memory. So this is what I'm going to tell you. If you're a fan of the show, and this is what I said in my reel, but again, I don't pretend everybody watches them. They are great because they're number one, your only option. So they are perfectly serviceable for photos and for shelf display. I mean, this is your opportunities. Now, somebody did tell me on TikTok that the McFarlane did some 5-inch versions. I haven't seen those, but that these will scale with anybody you want, like in this range, in the Legends to McFarlane to, Diamond Marvel Select range. Now, Omni-Man, I think looks really, really good. And he has the 2 head sculpts. He's got the angry face. But my one knock on Mark was I thought the paint it's a little lifeless, like there it is. See, there's not even like, it needs a little bit more. But that's just me. I think that would have helped bring, add some expressions, add a little bit more to the figures. Yeah, you can see he's so white that my ring light is like washing him out. So let me get there in time. But he also, like I said, he comes with like flight hands, the gripping hands, and then the baseball, and he has the solo baseball, which I thought is so cool. So I really, like I said, that's my recommendation. Are you going to be wowed with everything that you can do with them? No, like you're gonna have, like if you're like me in terms of articulation, it has its problems, but can I throw a wicked right punch? Yes, I can. That I can. So that to me is all that really matters, right? Like am I going to get enough? And will I be able to shoot him doing some really awesome flying? I will. So they're a win for me. They're a win. And again, like this is your chance to own these characters, like that's about it. So I like them. So there we go. So a nice, succinct, trying to keep that moving. Diamond select review for you. Let me get these guys out of the way. Bloop. This is my little takeout container that I'm going to use for them right now because I still need to shoot Mark. But I did get myself one of those larger, like, nothing crazy large, but one of those like in between smaller sizes for all my Marvel and Diamond Select like accessories and like pieces because I just need to keep them separate at this point. My tackle box of Legends stuff is it's just overflowing. All right, let me get back to the chat. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So Frank is definitely down, George. I mean, like, not that I thought he wouldn't be, but that would be awesome. I would search with his interactions, tutorials, and regular lives. He's done the most to help people learn toy photography. Yeah. And that's what's so cool. I mean, I shared with him that I'm a middle school teacher and I don't talk about this aspect of what I do, but I do say that I'm a toy photographer. As I teach photography to 7th grade, which is like 12, 13, I talk about all different types of subjects, different techniques. And then I talk about, just so you know, this is what I do. So I've shown them my work and I'm telling you, and this is what I said to Jared. I said it to him at the Toy Con and, sorry, I'm just so excited. But that was around the age, like I was a kid that tried to play with toys as long as he could. Shocking, right? Like shocking. I was still like, I was a closeted like toy player. Like my friends were playing video and I had video games and I would still go out rollerblading and I would still play football and stuff. But I was trying to play with toys as long as I could. I've always loved toys. So it's around that time, if not even before, but like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, where, like my parents, I thought did a pretty good job of protecting my innocence and all of that type of stuff, like Outsiders is one of my favorite books, Stay Gold, Pony Boy. So kept some of that gold, that innocence. But as I continued to get to, I just started realizing like, I couldn't lose myself in the imagination like I used to be able to. And that was upsetting. So as I tell my classes, they perk up. They're like, what? This is a thing? Like I can keep playing with these toys? I'm like, oh yeah, you can. Like literally opens up a whole nother avenue for your creativity and inspiration, creativity, and perspective. It's just amazing. As I've said, this is the best hobby ever. So that's something that like I've resonated with Jared on is the fact that, with the Toys in Action, his toy photography convention, and not just that, but like the fact that he was doing little clinics and running classes and stuff I've seen the stuff in the last 2 years. It's so cool. And again, just building up this next generation because this hobby isn't going anywhere. This is again the continually growing niche. Let's see. YouTube can't handle everyone at once. No, my laptop can't handle everyone at once. That's what it is. I'm so convinced if you put your face on TikTok, you're gonna end up being deep faked. Ugh. I hope not, man. I mean, like I told you, it's something that in achieving the goals that I or trying to achieve and reach for the goals that I have for doing all this, toy stuff like publicly, like it's kind of a necessary evil is how I'm looking at it. So I don't know. I behave myself on my phone and the internet, so and in life. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be pretty boring. So was I. Oh, here, George. My mom was worried about me playing with toys since I got too old, dude. I know. I'm my mom as being the toy collector herself and like with her appreciation. I'm sure I was getting the looks. I mean, I remember straight up getting the brown and yellow Wolverine with the pop out claws. Easily one of my best figures. But I was in 5th grade, so I was like 10 years old, and I remember bringing him with me because I had just opened them and I was like I was still super into it at that point, and like I had to go and be an altar boy, so I brought him with me. I literally had a pocket fig at 10 years old, probably earlier than that, but I remember just like this one particular because I love that figure. Oh man, that's so funny. I can see that so clearly. The ride in the car, just snapping the claws back and forth. That's really funny. That triggered a really like that's a clutch memory. That Toy Biz Wolverine with the that's the one with the removable mask. I ended up at one point it snapped, and I basically used hot glue and made a really weird pile of it, like that worked. But I was, you know me, if you've been watching the stream since for a while now, like if something's broken toy wise or if I'm missing an accessory, like I fixate on it and I know it's broken. So even if I can like mask it, it still bothers me. And I was eventually, again, now year 7th or 8th grade, I remember a buddy like, oh yeah, dude, take it. And like gave me like his actual mask, like that was not broken. It had a paint chip on the nose. So I'm like, but it's okay. At least it's fixable. I mean, at least it's like it's complete. So yes, that's exactly the one. Catalyst. I agree with the imagination part. My daughter's been playing with some of my stuff and setting up ideas I would have never had before. Kids are the best, man. Like so again, if your first time like checking out the show, it's not just about toys. This particular show is not just about toys. It's also conversations about fatherhood and life and all sorts of stuff. And man, it's really wonderful. Like I have 3 and I think they're 3.5 now. And hearing they're so articulate now, it's like it's insane. And the stuff that they will come out with. My mom told me, oh, your daughter, she wowed me the other day. We were out for a walk and the wind was blowing the leaves, and she goes, oh look, Mimi, the leaves are walking. Like, that's adorable. Like, and that's what I think as adults. And this is why I think everybody in the chat here has this good mentality. And it's a part of the reason I do this is to share like positivity. And I hate that, like I don't want that word to be overused, but really, like there's a lot of awesome things in life, and sometimes we get caught up in the big picture stuff. And it's that fine line of life where it's like understanding we're just on this floating rock through space, and that maybe the things that are so crazy maybe are not so crazy, or then to take that step back and just remember like being a kid and how small their world is, and then just the magic that is around them. And that's why I like to say, like life is awesome. Like the world, we will get it where it needs to be. And you know what? There's a lot to love out there. So that's how I try to look at things too. So yes, Catalyst, that is awesome, man. That was sweet. All right. I have another open fig to talk about. All right. And this actually will work pretty well. Here we go. Oh, Eric, one more time. There we go. The leaves are walking. Yep. Right. The too cute dude killed me. It was so adorable. All right. So here we go. I finally did it. I told you guys my wife snagged this Noir. I missed out on all of the pre-orders from Target many times. My Targets have been getting just both of them. Even my Toy Haven. There's toys, but not the ones that I'm looking for. Like Noir, I never got to see. And the other one by me, just, oh my God, we went there this morning. We went at opening at 8 o'clock. Aisle was just ravaged. I mean, I don't know what people, when we are in public spaces, what I like teach my students, like, like there's public spaces, there's ways that we should be interacting with one another to, again, not, violate a person's space or cause more work for someone. And yeah, like, so that toy aisle was a mess. And there was no Noir. So my wife was able to find one. She said they had just opened this box because she's like, they just literally poured them all out in the section. So she got me one. They were gone the next day, all of them. So here he is. And Catalyst, speaking of Catalyst hobbies, you've been shooting the heck out of this guy. So here is Spider-Man Noir. I finally did it, everybody. I have my completed Spider-Verse collection. Now, I'm still getting the Sentinels. I ordered, for the first time ever, I ordered from Ami, right? That's the name of it. The Spider-Gwen. So Ghost Spider is coming from, right? Am I saying that right? I should probably know since I gave them my money. But the price was great, especially when compared to the U.S. retailers. So I'm very excited. I had many friends like Toy Father and Sunty and Ancient Variant, among others, talk about very positive things over the years of using them. Even today, I saw someone with a QC problem with the Mafex black suit, but they're honoring and sending another version. So that's great. And that's what I would also recommend, by the way, with any kind of higher end, piece like that, like especially Mafex, is like Big Bad treated me right with my Peter B. Parker. Like when I emailed them because a button fell off the jacket, I had an issue with the elbow. They let me keep that one. That's not always the case. That was more during like the dark times. But yeah, they sent me just another replacement. So that's where with Big Bad, and then like hearing that, right? It's Ami. Yeah, sorry, hold on. George is there. Yes, Ami. Okay, good. Is great. So with their customer service and like replacing or addressing the issues. So that's fantastic. So like I said, I definitely use a trusted retailer because they do pop up like that, these issues. But Spider-Man Noir, super cool. So he has the holster. Now, the one problem, I don't know if anybody else who has this figure, it's very hard. There he is. The holster like swallowed the whole gun. I needed tweezers to get it out. Oh, and here's the other thing. Like I don't care about, I buy most of my toys online. So yes, the windowless packaging, we know, like I was the guy that was looking, if there's multiple, I'm checking the paint apps on all of them. Yes, that was me. But because I've been pre-ordering so many toys and then I just get what I get, like my black suit Spider-Man, that's who I was referencing back there. Like he has a little like scuff on one of his eyes. And that really like annoyed me, but not enough to like dissuade me from using him and shooting him. Like I had a really cool, I think it was really cool black and white photo of him. And I just popped his eyes, like I just used some masking feature and really like brought out the whiteness. So it didn't even matter is what I'm trying to say. So I've come to terms with the whole windowless packaging. But yeah, so this was very silly that I needed tweezers to get that out. He's not in Catalyst. Maybe you can let me know in the chat what your thoughts are. He's like got great articulation. I love the design of the jacket, by the way. Like, I don't know, Sentinels doesn't do the soft goods. Yeah, they don't do the soft goods. So I don't think it's like I'm going to be missing out on anything. I might try. Oh, here it is. I took the jacket off here. I can. Let's see. Where is he? Oh, here he is. Okay. Some of you might remember when I would used to allow myself to get frustrated about toys. I was so mad the day that I couldn't get Noir ordered that I took this and this is the Mezco Punisher jacket, and I put it on him, and I was like, yeah, now I don't need a Noir. Well, this is awesome. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of probably, popping out the arms, and it looks like this will come off, because it's just, there's the sleeveless, aspect to it. But I like this jacket. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to bother throwing this on. I might, maybe just to see, but I don't know if he needs it. But here we go. Catalyst, this is what I was going to ask you. I had some trouble standing him. Like here, if I angle this down, here we go. Like I think it's the weight of the jacket. I was having some issues. Now he's really articulated. Like this, like everything's smooth. Like I kind of had to do, oh, there we go. Now that's not an issue because like that's helping with the jacket there. But trying to just do kind of like a chiller, like standing pose, like I couldn't just get, because I've talked about it numerous times. Like I'm so impressed by people like Plastic Peeps and Marvelous Action Figure Pose, among others. Agent Gomez is another one that can just get the most natural bodily posing. Just they don't even have to be doing anything, but they look just so natural. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's at the weight of the jacket, and like while the ankles do go up, it's still giving me a little bit of trouble. So yeah, that the jacket adds some weight and heft to them, but then you can kind of, like, you can get them to stand, but then it is, you just have to be a more little wide legged. So you can't just get chilling poses, is what I'm trying to tell you, but you can get super dynamic posing. So win, right? Like, that's fine. That's all you can want. And I did have a Spider-Ham. This guy looks super shiny. And again, I'm the fact that they're calling this a second figure is laughable. Like, he came with Spider-Gwen, and that was just, and then in addition to a Build-A-Figure. I know. We know all of the things. We know. But it is good to have another one just as a backup, because I don't even know where my other guy is right now. He's somewhere. He's somewhere in my dial. But I am happy with, otherwise, Noir is awesome. I'm so happy he has the hat. That was holding me up, too, from chasing the Grail. Let's see. There we go. Like, he became a begrudging Grail because the original version of him didn't have the hat. And, man, he's not the easiest to, like, work with. There we go. Oh! And now Yimbo starts sweating. But there he is without the hat. So cool that they gave that to us, but like, the whole reason I didn't chase the other one is that he didn't have a hat, and I would have had to spend like another $15 or $20 on eBay because I don't have a 3D printer, and like pay, like, I know that there's a guy that sells them on eBay because I've looked. Oh, yeah, that's a little tough. That was interesting. Okay, but now he's on. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna use this hatless version because the hat, doesn't come off of this. Like, if that was a part of that, if it was separate, doesn't matter. Like I said, super pumped, very happy to have him. So there's Spider-Man Noir. And like I said, just very, like, lots of posing there, lots of crazy. Let's get the legs going, right? Got a nice deep ab crunch. It's the soft plastic, but not like super. It's not like some of the other ones we've had in the past. So there we go. Come on. There. So yeah, he's good. He's good. I really do like the details on here. That is very awesome. I can't wait for that movie. I really can't. It's going to be, I think, good. What are your thoughts in the chat? Here we go. Let's see. Dig the cape. What are you talking about? The jacket? And then, do this. Try it with the Mezco jacket. I might have to. All right, yeah. Switch the jacket. Okay. As long as the hat stays. Oh, the hat. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just popped this off, but like, literally, this might be the only time I ever take off this head. This is how he is. He has to have the hat. So thank you, my brother-in-law Mike. And then let's see. I'd research how easy the arms come off and if they can swap jackets. I find plastic flowing clothing makes figures back heavy. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm finding too. I think No Chewing already sent it's like Lee Customs or something. Already has cloth jackets for this figure, but again, whatever that cost would be, I already have this one, so they will be able to swap. And I've been, like, there's some figures. Yeah, this just pegs in. I think I would warm it up though, because like I said, because of this. And is it pinless? Oh, it is pinless. The pinless is so nice. It actually is kind of jarring when you still get a figure with pins, because it is really something else. But yeah, I think I just need to heat up the shoulders and just take that out, because what I was saying is, like, I worry about sometimes the bicep swivel, that peg, but they're all supposed to port off on, right? I don't know. I'm still not like a customizer for like the little dabbling that I've done. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna try it. I think I'm definitely gonna try it because I do love the look of like the texture of cloth goods, and then I would definitely not have the issue of him being too back heavy. Now, the reason I wanted to show you the figure first is because now I can show you, because I'm not going to unbox it fully, but I mentioned I got this guy this week when I was talking to Frank. So the Bat Cycle with sidecar. So here, if I move this down, let's check him out. All right, you know what? He's not even going to work. Why don't we go Mafex? Here we go. There we go. Spidey on the back car. Boom. So he's awesome. I mean, this is very cool. I told you guys I got the lunchbox, but I haven't. I'm probably not gonna even like open them necessarily. I have the Villains Lair. I know I unboxed it last weekend. It's fully set up, just without figures in it. So I just was coming up with something goofy. I have to decide which characters can sit, like which villain characters can sit comfortably, because as we know, like Doom, at least with the cape, would not be able to. So I'm gonna have to figure. Oh, even when he's got the rubber skirt too. So it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to figure out which of these bad guys I can sit down in chairs. And it has to be no bigger than Legends. I won't be able to use, like, it would have to be Legends down to like Figure Arts. Otherwise, like McFarlanes are gonna tower over all of that. Like I'm literally looking across at Atrocitus. Is like, well, I guess he's equal to the height of the bookshelf, but still massive, massive. But he's a Build-A-Figure. So this was very cool though. And now the sidecar is like, come on, that's like too tiny. That's not usable whatsoever. But as just a Bat Cycle, for the whole look of it, it will absolutely shoot well. So it's on my list now to unbox and open and to shoot. But I finally started cleaning my diorama up and putting toys back on the shelves and trying to clean up the look. You could see, like, I definitely loaded some new stuff up. Speaking of the Spider-Verse, so there's Miles. I put the Mafex backpack on him. This is what came with Black Suit Spidey, the web pack. Let me see if I can get that a little bit more in focus, or maybe I'll put it down here. If that's helping. It's still very bright. Yeah, hold on. You can. I'm trying to show off the texture of it. See, I don't know if you can see that. There it is at the shadow. Like, this bad boy is webbed and textured. It's very awesome. So this guy, I do owe you a review on. This has been somebody that I have been meaning to go live again for the single toy review, and it just hasn't happened because, again, like, that's Sunday nights are the locked in every week, and the other ones I just kind of have to pop up when I can. So this is coming. I will be doing this one, and just to show you, there's the light. And pro tip, he has his back piece that was kind of a pain to like pop out. So I just do this now. I keep it in here because then I have easy access to the light when I want to shoot him. So I finally got to shoot Spider today. And again, I'll go in more in depth. I still have to figure this guy out as I pop off his arm. And that's okay, because like I said, like this is a good toy. This is a very cool design. The engineering, this is supposed to actually come apart. And that's what I have to read the instruction manual on this, literally, because Spider has this, like the 4 arms, but then I think some of it can pop off and put in the back. I don't know. I have to look at the directions again, but there's like a different attack type mode that looks great. So that's just the one little head, the little smiley face. Sorry for the ring light right there. And then like not the evil, but like battle mode. So those pop out really easy. So anyway, he will be a review. I love that he's like starting to fall apart. He's really not. This is awesome. He's light. So that's what I'm going to tell you. He's light, but to me, it's actually a good thing. It doesn't feel cheap at all. And the joints are really good and everything is super, like, again, articulated. And to me, the fact that he's so light means every time I've tried to pose him in a standing or different kind of thing, it's just he doesn't fall over. He's not like heavy. But like I said, he doesn't feel cheap at all. So I'm really into this guy. So again, that was a GameStop purchase. Big Bad had him for a lot more, and Toy Father and I ended up pulling the trigger on him a while back through GameStop. So we had to wait, just like I did for Miles, for like months and months and months and months. But we got a coupon, or it was on sale too. So like 113. It was pretty awesome. I mean, I think I saw him at the Toy Con for 125, but that's what he's been typically going for. Again, not cheap. Sentinels are not cheap. But that's why changing around my budget. This is something that is very important to me, was completing this Spider-Verse set. And like I said, I'm still gonna end up getting Noir when Sentinel announces him, and then Gwen, because I just have the Legends one, which has been great and serviceable, but I can't wait for more parts, more pieces, more everything. And there's Penny back there, but like I said, we'll save that for a more detailed review. Hey, thanks, Frank. So yeah, dude, it's neat, man. It's, again, I love Into the Spider-Verse. I really hope the second one is gonna live up to the hype, and I think that's something that I'm gonna have to like scale down my expectations, because I do tend to burn. I screw myself over, if I may put it that way, because like, especially when it comes to a sequel, how often does the sequel really beat the original? It's not as often as you'd think it is. So I don't know. I'm really hoping, but we'll see. I've been trying to avoid even looking at the toys. Like, I know there's like a Cyborg Spider-Man, and I saw the design. I'm like, yeah, this all right. We'll wait and see what happens. Hey, what's going on, Zachy boy? Green Geek 88 in the house. What's going on, man? So yeah, I was just going over Spider and talking about my love of Into the Spider-Verse. All right, now I told my wife I was gonna keep this to an hour tonight. Not she doesn't care. She might even be asleep by the time I get upstairs. But just because, like I said, I'm not at full power. I'm more in not quite low power mode. I was able to, give myself a little juice. Plug. I don't know. I always like to compare myself to an iPhone charger, but yeah, I was able to, kind of amp up and get all fired up. I went, like I said, I got one live on TikTok, and that was a pretty neat experience. So I'm still, I don't know. We'll keep going. Why not? So here's what I have. I have stuff that we could talk about and unbox. So in my pile of loot, I was waiting for the retro Sentinel figure. Now I don't have the Sentinel HasLab. This is the only Sentinel I have. Let me put it that way. And he's 9.5 inches, I think, or 9 inches. So there he is compared to Spidey. And I know he doesn't have this is the retro line. So I have some of those figures for my kids. As much as they can name every character, I still haven't hooked them yet. So there's no knee articulation, no elbow joints, right? So that's it. He's standing. He can just move 5 points of articulation. But I love the blast effect. The damaged head is amazing. Super pumped about that. And then, the cable that comes out. So this is going to hopefully inspire some more X-Men shots, because I have them out. I have them all in a shoebox, my X-Men. And I took them out. I'm ready. I've been wanting to shoot Jean Grey and Cyclops. Now I can put him with maybe the Omega Sentinel, right? I think that's her name. And maybe some Ultrons, just to kind of build, some robot stuff. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm not going to open them right now because I just need to be ready to shoot X-Men. I'm getting close. Shooting Colossus and unboxing him the other day again was firing me up. I do love my X-Men, and I really want to watch the animated show again and lead up to the new one, right? When is that new one coming out? Anybody in the chat know when that's supposed to come out? All right, so while we wait for an answer, so there's the Sentinel. And now this guy, I already talked, I posted him to my story. Again, not pretending you saw it, but if you did, so you knew that I got Kamakura, right? This isn't how you say it. Yeah, Kamakura. I know some people were upset because of the price increase. However, I will say that I think number one, Amazon. I want to say that I got a couple dollars back when he came out. I mentioned this last week. I did notice that a lot of my Hasbro pre-orders started coming down, and then they've been having 5% coupons and stuff. So you know, like if this were last year, I would have like picked up a ton of stuff. In my practicing of restraint, I had to pass on a lot, but it was very cool to see so many figures getting discounted. You were able to get stuff for 17, 18 bucks. So, like I said, I know Hasbro, as a company, you know, like released that they weren't going to hit these 50% increases and that they may have taken a hit. And that's because, you know, like people were voting with their wallets, just like I was starting to scale back and not buying every wave that came out. So that was nice that they looked like they're adjusting and helping out the consumer. So he was still more than an average Joe. But look at how much stuff he comes with. The 2 head swaps is great. The 2 head sculpts. I really like that masked version. I like that he comes with the hood. I mean, is it as much as Storm Shadow? Is it more than Storm Shadow? That's, I guess, the good question. It looks like he still has a few more accessories than Storm Shadow, but it is very close. So is it justifiable? Then that's up to you. So I wanted a Ninja Joe. And I really love this box art. So we know what we're going to get from him. So I don't know if you want to see me unbox this guy tonight, because I'm going to love him, you know, in terms of all the articulation and everything. Like I love that Storm Shadow figure. I don't even think I talked about him on the show. So maybe I'll save that for one day. Sorry, I keep sniffling, by the way. Just that time of season, right? Bat. I finally got my bat. Now, he was in my pile of loot, and he's somebody else that I probably could have loaded up and bought more. Amazon had him for 17 bucks. I paid 25 because it was in my pile of loot for a while now. But, you know, so I'm sticking with one. And I will say this. Look, I have my Yimbo cancels everything list. It's not actually everything. But rather than do a whole stream, I was debating about doing it. First strike's in the house. What's going on, Josh? Grip it and rip it. There we go. You know I can't do that. So I thought about doing like a cancellation episode, like I said, or maybe I just talk about it here. All right, so I canceled the Symbiote 3-pack. That was the one with the Eddie Brock, the Venom with the butterfly, and he was sold out on Amazon. He just went up, I think, this weekend again, briefly. So as the collector in me, when canceling that was tough, but then I thought, man, like I still have so many other old toys I still need to list, and listing is a pain in the butt. And I just was like, I only wanted Eddie. I have a monster Venom. I didn't need monster version of whatever symbiote that was, and I didn't need the female one. So I axed them, and then like I couldn't have been the only one because, like I said, they did pop back up. So I'm happy for whoever got that 3-pack that wanted it. I also, and this again pained me as like the collector of like, oh, he's not in stock. Like I canceled the comic version of Gore. I thought that guy was awesome. The look of him. I don't know the storyline. And then I saw Love and Thunder. And you know, like I like the movie. I saw it like 3 times. I don't love it. It's not my top MCU movie by any stretch. Like Thor Ragnarok for the longest time was my most rewatched MCU movie. It's not that, but I enjoyed it enough to like have it on shooting a couple nights. And the comic Gore looked so much better than the MCU version. I still don't know what I would do with him outside of shooting, you know, an initial shot. So again, I'm just trying to really focus on the stuff that I can bring in, that I'm passionate about, that I'm going to want to shoot with ideas, and then share that with you guys. So yeah, like Gore looks awesome. Like if you do end up getting him, he's good. Like I look forward to your shots. Like that's what I can tell you. Target, I canceled so many. Oof. I ended up canceling Bazooka, Recondo, right, or Resendo, right? No, it is Recondo, and then the Python Patrol Officer. That one I was like really on the fence about keeping, but I asked him to. And it's that one was a little bit easier to do because you could still pre-order them. So I figured, you know what? Like, as we get closer, if I need to, then I can pick them up again. But I'm at a point, like I said, with Joe's where I have so many that I'm just not gonna get them all. I just know that, and that's okay. That's just for me. Doesn't mean that they're not awesome. Just, like I have a ton of Joe's. I just do, and I haven't even. I have to shoot them more. I have to shoot them more. And then I canceled the Obi-Wan, the Ben Kenobi, the Tibidon. I'm such a good Star Wars fan. The Tibidon station. So that was one with the backpack. I thought that was a really great figure, but he was going to be like my last Black Series for a while, and I'm not gonna. I know I'm not gonna shoot him, so I canceled him, and hopefully, again, it goes into the hands of a collector that will appreciate it. All right, I'm Big Bad Toy Store. I have 13 pre-orders left, which is like still a lot, but it's supposed to be spaced out for a while, so we'll see. The ones I'm most looking forward to are the Mafex Dark Knight Superman. I'm very excited about that. I told you the story about Comic-Con and how I could have gotten him, yada yada. I'm still just waiting for him. Same thing with Mafex Hush Nightwing. Now that I'm confirmed that I'm very happy with the current state of Metacom, even, and I still want them to continue pushing themselves. I'm very pumped about that Nightwing now. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Casey Jones. Those are my like top 3 that I'm like really waiting on. And then the rest of the other 10 we'll wait and see. I did cancel Sergeant Slaughter. I know he just actually came in stock at Big Bad and people were excited. Again, if you got him, that's he looks so cool. It comes with a little figure, the whistle, like the shots of him are awesome that they did. But I'm trying to show restraint. That's it. I'm just trying to practice restraint. And then I'm still torn about the Mafex comic and Scarlet Spider-Mans. Not that they're not going to be awesome, because they are, but do I need them? I have my knockoff. So I have my knockoff of the figure. So I don't know if I'm like torn, because he's not great. Like, he's serviceable. If you were to get for $35, I've taken some really cool shots. He is I might do a comparison of him, but there's issues with him because he is a knockoff. It's a re-release, which means it's going to be even better than what this version was based on. That's why I might keep, out of the 2, I might keep the Scarlet Spider-Man with the hoodie. That's where I'm kind of leaning if I'm going to end up axing one. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence because you see all the Spider-Man figures. And then I'm asked, do I need Crimson Guard? I think I do for the Joes. I don't know. He looks awesome. I have way more Cobra guys at this point. Let's say Luke Skywalker from Mando. I think they're still active, and I'm like questioning. Oh yeah, they're part of the 13. So I don't know. I think the Luke I might get rid of too, even though it's part of the Mandalorian, and that's like the one's line of Black Series I was buying everything on. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? Have you? Oh, here we go. So we have some people in the house. All right, Carlos. I canceled 50 of my password pre-orders. That's our dude. I mean, I hope you're feeling comfortable and good about it. It did feel like a little like weight off of my shoulders. I was able to. That's again helping me focus on what I have, appreciating what I have. Like in part of this whole like getting kind of killing FOMO. That's what I mean. I'm just telling you, he's cool. Do you need him? That's up to you. Like, you don't need him because I have him or somebody else has him. You know what I mean? Only if you thought it. And like I said, for all this stuff, he was my last FOMO. This was my last true, but that was just because I was getting caught up in it. So good for you, Carlos. I hope you're happy with that, man. Asian Baron, keep both Spider-Man figs. Don't cancel. I know. Like I said, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to have, I would. Well, let me put it this way. Let me see how much I shoot this guy. I think I'm going to shoot him a lot. But let me see how much I shoot this guy. First strike, 58, man. Woo! I mean, don't be scared. Like I said, I'm not here to ever make anybody feel bad. I'm here to make you feel good about what you decide to buy and what you don't decide to buy. That's it. It's your money. So that's, dude, I've been up there. And this, you have to remember, this is what I have control over. I have pre-orders, and I said it last week. Mezco still has my money and no figures. And then, oh man, Four Horsemen. I love them. I love Mythics. They have 3 separate orders from me right now. And when I had talked to Jeremy, I was like, oh, so like the all in, like when is that all in? And he's like, for the All-Star wave. And he's like, oh, yeah, not till like at some point in 2023. So I'm waiting on Trolls. Oh, yeah. And then Cosmics. So like I have 2 Mythic orders. And then I have that all-in wave of wave 2 of Cosmics. So I ended up canceling everything from the first Cosmic wave that I had pre-ordered on Big Bad because I figure, let me see where I am, the state of my collection once they roll in. Because I really think I could see myself shooting a lot more Mythic and Cosmic people at that stage, depending on where we are with everything. Like I see, like if Mezco decides to start cranking out their stuff again at a faster pace, then I'm gonna be falling back in love with them. If Sentinel starts, like I guess once they finish the Spider-Verse and whatever they go into next, like it's gonna be interesting. So it's hard to say, but I could see myself, and I can really understand why people shoot Mythics all the time or in like getting ready for this Cosmic thing. So yeah. Now let's see. Cancel. Everything always comes back around anyway. And that's true, George. That is absolutely true. George again has said it all, time and time again. There's no, and that's part of me, like, like I'm trying not to like fleece people when I sell my stuff, because again, I'm not selling anything that's in the stores or that you could potentially buy online. I don't do that nonsense whatsoever. I'm only selling stuff if it's been in a tub because I haven't gotten around to shoot it and it's been 6 months, a year, 2 years. That's what's going out. And then obviously any kind of my stuff from 15 years ago when I was actively collecting. So I'm not trying to make even that. I take whatever the best offers are because I just want the stuff out of my house, make somebody else happy. It's not bringing me any joy to sit in a tub. So that's from where I am right now. And keep in mind, this whole live talking on the internet about toys, like, and shooting them in photography, like this is my lifelong hobby. So I has to be a rotating door. You look at guys like D Amazing, like I bought one of his mystery boxes because like the dude's there. You just it has to be a revolving door when you're sitting in a chair like this. So that's where I am with that. So that's like I said, my whole relationship with collecting has changed. 903, man. Okay, so here was the other one. You've now seen my pile of loot. You know me. I love the mega figs from McFarlane, and yes, they should come with swappable hands, and yes, some of them should stand a little bit better. But this is Bane. Like, I've been so pumped about having these Batman villains. I talked about it when I got Man-Bat. I still need to shoot him more and Clayface more, but at least I've like gotten good shots out of them, and now like having these guys is awesome. And I have the Steppenwolf in the dark side. So I mean, I really like the big ones. I almost got the Atom Smasher, the big guy, but I still have to see Black Adam, and I probably won't be able to until it's like available digitally. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait. If I see that on clearance one day, I'll scoop them up, and then like I'll watch the movie. But in the meantime, I'm very excited for Bane. I won't open him up just because, well, I'll deal with him later. Again, he's an easy one. You kind of know what you're getting with him. Yeah, so he's beautiful. He's beautiful. I'm very excited. So I could do an unboxing. I went through basically oh, here we go. In the last McFarlane. This was the other guy I was going to talk about. I'm going to keep saying it. I have thoroughly enjoyed everything that they've been putting out after I've made my peace with scale. But more so than that, I still believe in my eyes that they've addressed many of the core concerns with their toys from like 2 years ago. The torso crunching has been excellent to the point where when I open that Blackest Nightwave, I don't know if I'm going to even bother Dremling. Like, that's where they are. But that's what I said about Talon, and I think I did for Talon. you just get so much extra like twist and bend. So I'll probably do it. I mean, Red Hood I wanted for a while, and I know there's a bunch of different options. To me, I mean, I love the Arkham games, and I loved Arkham Knight, and this is just a really like badass version of him. I love that hood. I love the hooded version. So I'm super pumped about him. And I like that he comes with some, arcadey, but like cool effects here, the kicking and throwing or whatever, punching and stuff. So that's neat. And he does come with fists, and then he does have trigger hands. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell, for $20, he's giving us things that we've asked for: multiple hands, extra accessories. So not all of them are like this. Not all of them. There are misses, but to me, that was a hit. I really like the design. So I'm pumped to open him. But let me see. So anybody have any preferences? I'm kind of leaning towards, I'm not going to lie, and whatever, you can roll your eyes, but I'm leaning towards opening a Marvel Select Human Torch because I want to. Now, the reason I'm saying that is I have both versions. I have, I know that there's probably more than that, but when I first picked up the Fantastic Four in Legend form, this was the one that I had available, like this suit. So then I know they came out with the Retro Wave. Out of that, I bought the Reed Richards. So I have two Reed Richards because I wanted the lab coat, and then obviously the classic blue is awesome. But yeah, so Johnny is on like the old, like the old Spider-Man Buck. But I had fun shooting him early on. I've always loved Human Torch, man. And I love that he came with the flame hands. Now, I don't have him out, but he has like fire that can go around the neck. And then I've also had other fire effects that I've used for shots. And when the Retro line came out, I ended up, I think he was this it might have been a Hasbro Pulse order exclusive. I know the the Invisible Girl. Jeez. I know the Invisible Girl was a Pulse exclusive. I think the transparent clear one. I forget where I got this guy, but I love this figure. I really do. And he came with more fire effects, which again, I don't have in front of me. Let me lower this down. Like, yeah, there you go. You can really see the detail on him. Love him. So he's somebody that I shot one time. But that doesn't mean I don't love him. I had ideas for like a reel coming up I'm going to do. So here's the big, to me, selling point is all of these accessories. So I'm curious, like obviously he is taller than the other Torch. So I think I'm going to crack this one open, if you guys don't mind. Because, there's more twist ties. It's not as loud, I should say. All right. Are you happy, Josh? I'm ripping it open. Well, in my careful way. There we go. So here he is. This is what I keep saying. How amazing at a $30 price point are the accessories and diorama pieces. Like, this is where like I said, if I've made peace, if you're somebody that's made peace with like the scale sizes being different. Here we go. Go on clippers. Yeah. The scale sizes being different. You can just, like I said, shoot selects with McFarlanes. So I wanted this up, rather than, all right, hang on a second. This is articulate. It changes. Oh, that's cool. That is awesome. All right. So, there we go. All right. That's great. So let's pop that. Let's go that down again. There we go. Twist ties, right? Twist ties. A couple twist ties. Once again, many accessories here. Let me see if I can just snip this. It'll make my life easy. Yes. All right. Done. Snip this bad boy. Yeah, I know I normally do the prep work, but I wasn't sure which thing I was going to open tonight. Again, so too many options. Too many options. Sorry, you don't have to keep looking down there. Too many options. Ow. Oh. All right, no blood. That hurt though. This is what happens when you rush. So thank you for bearing with me as I sweat again through the end of this episode. I will probably end up doing. I'll give you my initial impressions, and then I might do, like what I've been doing. Give you some thoughts. Some make some shorter reels and TikToks and stuff. Or I might just take a bunch of showcase portraits and see what he can do. Whoop, there's the head. So he comes with 2 head sculpts. So here, I'll lower him back down so you can check him out. So there's Johnny. And I will put him down next. Oh, this is the other. Someone can tell me. This is the Human Torch, like, robot android head, right? Like, that's not the actual Human Torch. That's the early original Human Torch. Some of you guys have far superior comic knowledge than I do. I am still very limited. I understand that. So I think I'm right, but I could be wrong. So if somebody wants to clarify that for me in the chat, that would be awesome. And here we go. Like, so many things. So many things. So many things. All right. So outside of probably not, if this is the Android Human Torch, like, original guy, then that doesn't really matter to me because I just wanted Johnny there. He has like this Gambit style flame hand. That's awesome. Now this is so cool because on the Legends version, and I know I didn't have it in hand to show you, but it's kind of like the Iron Fist. Like, it's the snap-on fire energy effect. But this one being sculpted on is awesome because, again, now for photography, I don't have to mess around. Same thing with like shelf displaying. I don't have to mess around or worry of it falling off. It's just there. I don't know what is this? I don't know what this little guy is for. I have to figure that out. I don't know. And then you got a fist. All right. So let's do this thing. All right. Okay. So he has in the back here, there's the port. All right. So you can't, that's so nice because of the clear. It doesn't even show up that much. Not that I'm going to shoot him from behind. All right. Let's see. So it has Johnny, I should say he has, sorry. Single jointed elbow, which, I think Frank and I, if you watched the episode I did with Frank and even with Path, we talked about, like how most of their new stuff is coming out with double jointed everything, which is fantastic. So becomes a question of, does it matter? And this is kind of like the McFarlane thing, right? Or even if you wanted to, I don't know if people shoot statues in here, but let's see. Yeah, single jointed. So will it matter with the type of character? Now, yes, he is dynamic, but does he need dynamic posing when most of the stuff you're going to be doing is more of this flight-based chucking fireball type stuff? And my answer is that I'm cool with this. I'm cool with it. I definitely look forward to future updates of things. And he's got, all right, so he's got some waist there. Yeah, I mean, like, I can basically get him into Johnny Storm Human Torch poses. And he looks great. He does look great. So let's see what this is. Hey, and in the chat, here we go. Toy Addict in the house. What's going on, man? That's my boy Danny, again, part of Toy Talk. So I'm going to mention them again. Give them a sub if you haven't already. HC Yellow Jacket. What's up, Martin? Diamond is underrated sometimes. Great accessories, and the big figures are nice. Especially, and I know you are a McFarlane fan. So, like, this is my chance to really, like, I don't have to worry about playing with perspective. I can just have, Human Torch go up against Red Hood if I wanted to. So that's really great. And now let's see how this looks on here. Oh, very cool. And then now, because it has the rotation. That's awesome. That makes me so happy. Pop that in there. Yeah. All right. With the turn. Whoop. Hound. Oh, I love it. Very cool. So that flame. Oh yeah. Look at this. So this is awesome. And now for me, this is how I am as a photographer. Honestly, like this is something that I know that as my kids get older, this already makes me sad. All right, so here we go, because I know I have some fellow toy daddies and toy mamas in here. I know my kids are like all consuming in terms of like attention and time, and that's why I give it to them, and that's why I have to do all of this kind of content creation stuff at the end of my day, because that's what comes first is my kids. So where am I going with this? It makes me want to cry. They will get bigger and they will be doing more things, and that they're going to have lives of their own, and I will then have more time, which now makes me sad to say. But like at that point, that's when I can worry about learning more like digital effects. This is where I'm getting into. I can have more time spending on editing. Most of my shots, if like if you've been seeing my work, I use basically all practical stuff. I do a little bit of enhancements here and there. I try to do some digital, and I've done digital mist on pictures, and even like Green Lanterns. I was just telling the Captain 1134, my son Dan, that he does a really great job, and he's like, "It's Pixar." I'm like, "I know it's Pixar, but like I just can't get. I haven't, and he has little kids, so God bless him for being able to find his time to be able to edit as well as he does, because I struggle with Pixar, and I struggle with that type of stuff, and I'd rather so that's where I usually just shoot practically with accessories that were it came with, and then try to just do some like enhancing and color boosting and stuff like that. So for me, as my style of photography, I am very amped to be able to shoot him, light up the picture. Like this is very cool. And here, let me take the other end. I still don't know what this is for. I have no idea is this the back port? No. So this has here, who has it? Anybody else have this guy? It has something definitely where it can port in. There's a port there. So where would that go? I'm looking on him now. I know Frelma Toys in our interview on Wednesday said that like there's stuff comes, it doesn't come with directions. You just gotta have to figure it out. Which again, I enjoy as a guy that loves figuring toys out and how they work. I literally don't know where that goes. I'm looking on him. Sorry, I didn't mean to like leave you there. I just am getting lost in where it could be. So anybody in the house? No? Anybody helping me? No one knows. I'm gonna end up looking on, on Google. I'll figure it out. I'll watch some old reviews of somebody. It's a flame for it. You know what? No, it's not. Realm of Toys. I might have lost that piece, LMAO. Yeah, I don't think it's. Oh, I do. I'm so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. There, it's the replacement. So it is both the original Human Torch, which is not Johnny Storm. I'm still waiting for somebody to confirm that, but I'm almost positive that's the one that goes with this head sculpt. So the android, not the human, that's not the Fantastic Four. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's really cool. So you are getting two figures in one, depending on, if you know that character, which I don't know that version. I know Johnny Storm, right? So this is very cool. I think this is going to be the time to end tonight's episode, or at least bring it to a close. So, I had no idea, right? So we're going to have to talk more, Frank. And I will just remind you guys that number one, thank you very much, as always, for choosing to spend part of your life watching me talk about toys. Like, again, that means the world to me that you guys spend this time with me. Number two, I will remind you that On Tuesday night, I will be back live here at 8 p.m. for Yimbo Interviews Everyone featuring Sir Dork. Again, thank you. Many thanks to Jared for agreeing to come on. We're going to have a lot of fun. And then we'll have Yimbo Buys Everything. And then if I can squeeze in, now I'm really torn. Do I go Spider next or do I go Mafex Black Suit Spidey? Do I go with the new hotness or like the new-ish hotness that I should have done probably like a week or two ago? So you can let me know either in the comments of this YouTube video. You can hit me up as always on Instagram and now TikTok and all that fun stuff. So I think that might be it, everybody. I think that might be it. So 921, I bet it's 50-50 right now, maybe 75-25 that if I go upstairs, my wife will be on the couch. She was very tired like I was. So thank you, everybody, for choosing to spend your night with me. It really means a lot. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekends and a great start. Oh, and happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. That's so awesome. So thank you, everybody. I will talk to you later. Peace.